Hey, Brian.
Hey,
All
yeah,
right,
Are we live or no?
we are live.
Okay, cool.
sweet.
Hi, Brian.
We got 7
Hey.
viewers so far.
Hey,
Brian.
thanks for having me.
Let's
Yeah.
talk to Ralph, though, first, because people know who you are, but a lot of people don't know who Raphael is. You and I know who Raphael is, but
Okay, so Raphael, if you were a Ninja Turtle, what would be your favorite pizza?
Oh boy. Uh, hmm. I would say probably Foot Clan pizza.
what
Nice.
is that?
The
Sounds
Foot
like
Clan is what
gross,
the
but
Ninja
awesome.
Turtles always fought.
I see.
Foot Clan. Yeah. The
The
led by
Casey Jones special.
But hey, thank you, everybody, for watching, all 3 of you, 4 of you, or whatever. But Raphael has been around Tom Fest forever. I
at
met
the
you
very
down.
beginning. Yeah.
I met you down at the Scream, I think, or something
Yep.
like that.
And Concord.
In Central California, Northern California,
East Bay.
the Bay Area.
Yeah. East Bay.
And then you got attached to TomFest. You did our website. You did a lot of our graphic designing. You did a ton of stuff there. And now you're here as our digital everything guy doing TomCon. And we really appreciate you very much.
Yeah. I can't clap because I have to hold my phone.
It's nice to see you in something more than no shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
some people like the
stuff.
nips, and people not such big fans of the nips.
Yeah, that's right. We have Brian Gray with us, and Brian, man, you've been a friend of mine for a very, very, very long time. I think that I saw you play with Scattered Few, Flower, if you remember Flower.
Yep.
Were you in Flower?
Nope. I was in the other dumb band.
Well, I mean, but okay, so there was Flower. I think Billy Powers' Ashes to Ashes was there.
No, Billy did Spotlight, so he was there working the event.
Oh, okay. And then there was Rocks and Pink Cement U, and I can't remember who else was there, but I just remember being shocked to see Alan Aguirre for the first time.
Yeah, with just 3 bands: Flower, Rocks, and Scattered Few.
Oh, wow. That was a pivotal moment in my life, for sure.
Technically, in the Tooth and Nail verse, it was a pivotal moment because you were there, Billy was there, Brandon Evil was there.
Brandon was there. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Brandon went to that show.
Wow. Yeah, that was
when he signed the blank. He was like, "I want to sign Rocks and Pink Cement," and I was like, "No, you don't."
I ran out, and I don't know which set it was, but I ran out and jumped off the stage, and there was like an orchestra pit, so there was probably 8 feet of distance that you had to clear to get past an iron like gate thing, fence, and I missed and hit my elbows, split my elbows open. I was bleeding and stuff, but I was the guy. Everybody remembered me as the guy that missed in the video. So
yeah, you're that guy.
My claim to fame, man. But then we met because Sometimes Sunday was recording, and we showed up at the Green Room in Southern California, and you guys were extending your stay. So we had to wait for you.
We did a record in 21 hours.
Yeah, we just, I guess, whoever was scheduling at that point. I remember us getting there, and they're like, you're going to have to wait, and you guys can sleep up here and just hang out and chill. But I think that was our first real interaction.
Yeah, because you showed up, and it was like, I had a lot of people there screwing around, so it was a mess.
It was just us 4 guys from Portland, like, what are we doing here? Yeah. That was good times. And then we became fast friends, and you've been to a lot of Tom Fests. Did you go to the first one? Were you at the first one, weren't you? Yeah.
95, that was the ambulance. Welcome to Job Fest, Mikey on the mic, because they carted some stage diver away. I was like, this guy and I are friends forever.
Yeah, that was the year that somebody got really hurt stage diving. I remember that. Yeah.
Was it a
Whoever
blame
that
shot?
is, whoever that is, look us up. We'd like to hear.
Yeah. Go to TomCon.
Right. What's a special moment from you at Tom Fest, other than hanging out with me and our good talks and you slapping my freshly done tattoos?
I forgot I used to do that.
Yeah, everybody, man, that was awful.
Well, it's because people would be like, my tattoo itches. And I'd be like, just slap it.
I got slapped a few times by you.
Really, it's weird because it coincides with this TomCon thing. Is I felt more connected, especially the later years of the Blamed, with the people at that festival than probably anywhere else I went. I didn't feel like some Brian Gray from the Blamed on a stage. I felt like just I was hanging out with people. People would be like, dude, let's walk to the convenience store thingy where everybody got Slurpees by Tom Fest. And I would just go with people I didn't know. It was so the connection thing was great. But that would even for me bring into I think this gives a good opportunity just to what is this TomCon thing going to be? Like I know you've said it, put it in words, but I think it would be great to verbalize. Like, what do you expect when you're going to TomCon?
Well, like we talked about before, and Raphael's one of those too. Growing up in this, it wasn't just that I was in a band and did that stuff. I was a huge fan, so like I loved this stuff and getting a record and reading the liner notes and getting any information that you could possibly get. If they had some kind of newsletter or a zine or whatever,
Yeah.
I mean, I loved every part of that. I still have some of the posters I had on my walls as a teenager, signed undercover posters and altar boys and Christian punk rock stuff. And I loved every bit of it. Getting to do it was just icing on the cake. Getting to be a part of it, that was fantastic. But later on, I'm tired and I don't want to go to a smelly, dirty, dusty music festival that has hardcore playing at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I'm old. I don't want to be, cleaning dirt out of places where you shouldn't clean dirt, and just loudness. And whenever I go to a concert now, I'm just looking for a place to sit down.
Yeah.
So
for me, I have a little bit of a paralyzed vocal cord, so I love a place just to talk and hang out.
Right. So I later on, after all the music stuff, I got into video gaming and basically showcasing at Comic-Cons, video game expos and trade shows all over the place. And we just had a booth there and we did various things. And every time I went, I was like, wow, what they do is they have like a merch hall, and then they have a stage and they bring in, the heroes of whatever community. It's a video game thing, or it's a Marvel comic, or it's a TV show or whatever. And they would have a panel, and everybody at the expo or event or convention or conference would go and see those people talk about, whatever. You go to Comic-Con in San Diego and you go to the Superman panel, and the room's got 3,000 people in it listening to actors talk about behind the scenes and what's happening with all that. TomCon is exactly that. I've seen you play. I've seen the Blame play plenty of times. Love it. It's fantastic. But I want to know what you thought, what you did before, what you ate for breakfast. I want to know what your life's kind of like. I want to talk to you afterwards and tell you a special story about myself. And I want to get a photo with you, and I want you to sign my chest.
I can't wait.
But
I know what you mean, because when I looked through the website at all the people, then I was like, man, I hope I could get some pictures with some of these folks just for my own memories. Yeah.
It's music. We have the music. We've seen the music and everything. Now I want to go the next step and who are you? How are you? What are you doing now? Do you have new music? What's your life like? Kids, job? I'm curious to know what people are, who people are, how they are, what they live like. And
Yeah.
to rub shoulders, I went to Undercover, had a reunion. More Zan started their thing back up again. Prayer Chain did their reunion a couple years back, doing another one this year. And I went to a couple of different events in and around those things. And I'm standing in these rooms. And I've got the heroes of Christian alternative rock, like eating a salad and hanging out talking to this guy and sitting and listening to this other band that's playing. And I'm literally bumping into them. And, hey, Mikey, how's it going? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a surreal experience because the heroes of my life know my name and they're talking to me, just regular talk. It's not a stage thing. So I really wanted everybody to have that experience. And no backstages, no VIP passes. It's all one thing. You're going to go and hang out with all of these people. And we do have music, but
the whole thing feels like a VIP experience.
Yeah. Tom Fest, there was no backstages. We didn't have extra stuff. I mean, you had to hang out with the people. You just had to. You sat behind your booth and made friends. That's what you did. There was very few people that went and sequestered themselves away, when they weren't playing or whatever. So I love that.
I remember going to Tom Fest. We had come straight from Denver, and I bought a bunch of Belcher's soda the one year. And I was literally in the MXPX booth chugging Belcher's with Mike Herrera's mom, and we were burping. It was great.
Michelle is awesome. Love Michelle. She's awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to create a different experience. There's music festivals out there. There's more people doing shows and all that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of podcasts, and it's interesting listening to podcasts. Why not do a 2-day podcast, basically?
Yeah. I love that Jeremy and Joey, as podcasters, are going to be there.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Some deeply knowledgeable people, plus Lenore from Five Iron. She's just a ball of energy. Everybody loves her to death, and she's got a lot of good questions too. Our moderators will be really fun. Chris Brigandy, who's old school. I mean, this guy is just, a legend beyond legends. From being in early bands when the first band started coming out of Orange County, to being a producer on some insane records. He's just, I'm tickled that he's going to.
I thought it was cool, yeah.
There's a lot of guys that I grew up with. I can't believe that they're actually talking to me on the phone, much less coming to this thing. So 80s, 90s, and 2000s, man, we've just got some great people coming.
Oh yeah, no, it's stacked. I can't wait to obviously see old friends like Clank, but then Matt Wignall's going to be there, and Aaron Sprinkle's going to be there. I mean, there's just some people with these footprints of art that are just going to be cool.
I appreciated where you and I kind of came from and started. It was just an explosive time. There were so many different kinds of bands and that exploded onto the scene. And the wonderful thing about it is we were all friends and we worked together to help each other. I love that.
Yeah. I'm big on the community vibe.
Me too. Well, I don't want to go too long. So, the other thing is tickets are available right now. And also, if you go on the website, tomconvention.com, you can click on any picture and you can ask that person a question. And we may have that as a panel question. So please do utilize that. If you
let's show them.
Yeah.
Let's show them what it looks like. Okay.
All right. I don't know how to do that. That's all technological and all
that.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm gonna do it with my
Let
mind.
me
Me,
get it.
me and Brian are old. No, well, you're old too. We're all old. I cheat out.
Just a sec. Let's see.
So Brian,
I'm
you just went, you just moved. You moved from Illinois to Portland.
Yeah,
So you're now in the Great Northwest. How's it going there? Do you like it?
yeah, it's pretty cool. I went to a farmer's market with my mom the other day,
So
and I'm a little mobility
20.
challenged, and
Corner, I can overlay it.
the artisans in Portland
Except when I
have
put it
no
in,
concept of their surroundings.
Yeah.
So it was funny how many people kept trying to walk into me, and I was like, "Stop it!" Other than that, I love it.
And you have fellow musicians up there that visit you frequently. Who are those?
Yeah, I hang out with Greg and Mike from Crux, their new band, Teeth for Eyes. Jeff Ballou lives up here.
Yeah.
I see Joshua from Tragedy Inn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good times.
I get up there every once in a while. My mom still lives up there, so. But
I was telling my mom that. She goes, "Oh, do you think Mikey would visit you?" I said, "No, he's
yes, I will.
mom."
Of course I will. I don't get up there as much as I'd like to, but yeah.
so I think I've got it now. So let's
All right, let's take a look at it.
let's see.
What happens now? Do we just wait and then it comes up as a graphic?
Am I supposed to pretend like it's going? Oh
Yes.
man, that looks great.
Wow, that is fantastic. There,
There we go.
this part I like.
Oh yeah.
So-
Is that Helvetica as a font?
This one is called Instrument Sounds.
What is?
This one is
We're
called.
not seeing anything.
Oh, you're not seeing anything?
No, not at all.
All right, hang on a second.
I don't know. Maybe the audience is, but I'm not. The audience of 2 people that are probably still hanging on.
Okay.
Is there anybody that asks questions, Raphael, or is that how it's?
Yeah, let's check. We can check the questions.
I just didn't want to make it too long for everybody. I mean, we're just,
Yeah.
TomCon, in, out.
Done.
Yeah, come to TomCon. But while
Yeah.
we're talking, what else has been going on? Are you working on any new music? Is The Blame doing anything new? You got new releases going on? Tell me about that. I know I'm blowing
yes.
it for TomCon because we should be
Yeah.
asking there, but
You're like,
oh,
I don't
well.
want to talk about it too long. So what's your band doing? But
Well, I'm waiting.
we put out a 7-inch last year. We
Okay.
always have new music in the works. Me moving is slow down releases, but I have a bunch of unreleased stuff.
I was excited to see you at what is it, Furnace Fest. I went there last
Yeah.
October, and I got to see you play at a club with Living Sacrifice. Well, who was it? It was Spoken in Tongues,
Yeah.
Billy Power, you guys, and somebody else was there too.
Living Sacrifice.
But anyways, that was a great show. Awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
Glad to see that you're still doing it.
So
Yeah.
I've got it here
Can
now.
you show it now?
Yeah. So
Hey, look at that.
yeah.
That's John Nissen did that. John Nissen's design. He was the
That's
original
great.
top. He did all the MXPX stuff, Tooth and Nail logo, countless bands, but that was his artwork. Good old John Nissen.
So
Be there.
here we've got the description of the event, what you're going to experience.
Can you scroll down to Mikey's picture and click on it?
Boring. Boring.
Okay.
Or
Here,
scroll down to Jim
click-
Jaffin's picture.
I've already seen.
click
Yeah,
here, and you've got
you can get your ticket info.
the screen sharing thing might be causing it to be limited. Let's see. So
Yeah,
here
well,
we've
I
got
think we'll
all
get it,
the moderators, and here are the artists that are going to be performing.
That's great.
Alan Dwyer, Morzan.
The Us Kids All Stars thing. I gotta say something because
Yeah.
seriously, I like as a kid growing up, this thing, just this band that they put together for this thing, is dumb. It's insane. Like it's just ridiculous that all these guys got together to do this thing. So super
Yeah.
stoked. They're gonna play They're going to play music from each of their bands. So Undercover, Altar Boys, 441. I mean, just Lifesavers. Like, it's as a historical thing, that will be like a big, big deal. So super stoked for that.
That's great. I have 441 on vinyl.
Me too. Signed. I got it
I'm
signed.
not that cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're cooler than I am.
Yeah.
So there's you, Brian.
High school.
I look
In
the
my
same.
senior pictures, I have a 441 pin on my. And
Yeah.
it was funny because they weren't hard or heavy, but I was into them.
Is it showing?
There's Jeremy Post.
Okay.
Jeremy Post is awesome.
Yeah.
Love him. Jim Chaffin.
There's
Those
Jim-
are two great
there's-
dudes.
Purple drum set.
Jim Worthen, Tooth and Nail.
Mhm.
What's that?
Jim Worthen. Can you not see? Oh, you
Yeah.
can't see. Oh, you can see.
I can. Yeah, that's great.
Stuck Jim's coming. Hagquist is like a Tom Fest staple. Like I don't think there's
Mhm.
been a Tom Fest without Hagquist. He
Yeah.
basically was on staff the whole time. Gyro produced it. He produced a couple of my records. Judita, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Loved having her. Kenny Riley,
No, I mean-
Common Bond, man. Just that's insane. We don't have to go through all this. People don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click on Clyke's picture so people can see what they do.
There's Clank.
I don't
can
think
ask
boss you around.
Yeah, you can ask him a question like, "How long is your beard?"
Yeah.
Did you actually work for Ringling Brothers Circus?
Yeah. Did you make out with the bearded lady? So,
You could ask David. Well, I won't get into that. There's some questions I could probably throw in there that'll be shocking.
but I think it's cool for folks to see this and understand that this is going to be a giant hangout, answer questions, take photos. I think people our age, Mikey and I talked about this, aren't great at taking selfies. And if it seems dorky, just go do it. Post on your social media. Have these memories you'll never forget. The first year I went to Furnace, when it came back, man, I made sure I took as many pictures with people as I possibly could for my memory, for my phone. Just like, dude, this is great. I still to date, if I'm looking online, my Facebook shows up and says, here's your memory on this date. And it's me and my friends or my community or my heroes or whatever.
Lost audio.
So that's all I wanted to just say real quick is, man, I hope everybody that goes remembers that. Go hang out with, don't take pictures of me, take them with all these other cool people. It's going to be amazing.
It's true. I remember times when I wish I would have either taken a picture or a video of sometimes I had. But just going back to this being a complete labor of love, this is not like some kind of, there's no delusions of grandeur here. This is really to get a whole bunch of people in a room who have a common
Not hearing.
love,
Everybody's on stage.
and we are getting together to hang out together to celebrate those times. That's it.
Yeah.
Remember them and celebrate them. So,
I wish I would have taken a picture with you at Furnace Fest last year. And I
yeah,
didn't.
yeah, that's true. That was what I wanted to go over. You guys are great. Get online and at least go on the website and
Yeah.
ask somebody a question
Mute yourself.
and all that good stuff.
Yeah. This is going to be such a big deal. The fact that it's on the West Coast, that's going to be
Okay.
great.
Yeah, I got that.
It'd be fun.
Mhm.
All right. Well, where are we at here? I think we've entertained these people enough. It's
Yeah,
been
we've gone
a
for
good
way too
time.
long.
Yes, it is.
I love it.
So we're gonna do these. I think we're gonna do these on the regular and bring in people that are gonna be guests at TomCon, and they can share some of their stories from Tom Fest, and then what's going to be happening at TomCon. So Brian, love you, always have, and our 30 years.
Well,
of
can you
friend-
guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
we're good.
So yeah,
We're good
Let's-
to close it out.
let's
Can you
wrap
hear
it
us?
up.
Yeah,
I
we're
lost
good.
your guys' audio somehow,
Yeah, no
but
problem.
I'm just lip reading at this point. So
Okay, we're good.
yeah, so I guess we're good. We'll see you guys soon. On to the next one. Love you all.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.